Time for our weekly chat now with Courier Mail columnist Des Houghton. Des, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. A couple of very interesting articles yet again in the Courier Mail and News Corp. And one of the articles, you start by saying you're about to write an obscene four-letter word. What is that four-letter word?
Yes, that four-letter word is coal. It's the word that dare not speak its name in Queensland for the last 9 years. Labor tried to bury the whole notion of coal, despite the fact we've got more than 56 mines and we've got another 14 coming on stream soon. And interestingly, that's a picture of the new mine near Blackwater called the Mammoth Mine, and that's an underground mine that's going to open next Thursday, and that will produce metallurgical coal for steel making and everything else that metallurgical coal is used for. Interestingly, the Mines Minister Dale Last just arrived to the job with the new government, found a whole pile of applications on his desk that Labor had been sitting on, ready for signing. And some of them are dating back to 2019, can you believe? So the Labor Party was dead against approving any new mines, even and gas for anything. So we're now facing shortages.
It's interesting. You also write about Palaszczuk Miles liked coal for the jobs and royalties, and you talk about the 60,000 people working in the mining sector.
60,000 directly in the mining centre, last told Parliament just recently. But there's another 200,000 or 300,000 providing services and backup. Everyone from pilots to chefs working in the industry. And in Brisbane alone, there's probably 50 to 100,000 people working indirectly in coal.
And also you talk about renewables. They're not really cutting it, are they, in Queensland, with the coal still providing, as you mentioned, 74% of the state's power. It's interesting after hearing, of course, Peter Dutton announcing his long-awaited nuclear policy and the opposition, calling it basically embarrassing and farcical. What did you make of the costings and how do you see potentially nuclear working in Australia?
Like a lot of the experts you've had on Sky, and I must say the ABC is not covering this properly, but Sky News, to its credit, is giving full coverage to the nuclear options. And it seems very positive, doesn't it? I mean, renewables aren't going to cut it. Pumped hydro is a dream. Green hydrogen is a dream. These things cost billions more than nuclear plants that have been doing very well in Europe, in countries like France since the 50s.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at Tasmania, as you mentioned, the hydro, that's 100% renewables there, but that it depends on the infrastructure and the topography of certain areas, would you say?
They have those high lakes that run down. I've just driven around there not that long ago. Wonderful. Every time you come down a hill or turn, there's another gush of water running down to hit a turbine. They're blessed with hydropower, and it's done very well down there, even though their prices down there are high too.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a topic that's not going to go away anytime soon, is it? But we will get to that again, no doubt, over the course of the next few months. But I did want to talk about your second story, an exclusive, an investigation that is about finding out who got the $800 million handed out by Labor in job creation grants since, 2015?
Yes, when Palaszczuk came to power, she's in 2015, after her landslide victory, they set up this Advanced Queensland Fund to sponsor businesses that create jobs. So far, they've spent about $800 million. Someone has just told me since I wrote that it could even be closer to $1 billion, yet it's never filed an annual report. There was going to be an Auditor General's inquiry into it, and that was mysteriously stopped, maybe because of COVID. But the people need to know who got the funds and where the money went, because some of the people who got the money took their companies overseas. I'm not saying any wrongdoing on their part. They might have fulfilled their obligations, but they decided to go anyway. But we do know, the Courier Mail has reported in the past that friends very close to Palaszczuk personally got funding for a company.
All right, well, certainly worth a read, both stories and more. Des, Houghton,
Long
always
way to
great to
go
see
on
you.
this story.
Yeah, it sounds like. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. Take care.